Hello everybody and welcome to Papillon. It's a glorious day. I'm going to head up through the woods behind me and pay a visit and see if anything has changed. Shall we go? So it's glorious, isn't it? Look at that lovely beautiful blue sky. The Air Force is practicing in full swing, so we may get some aeroplanes going as well. So there is a bit of a breeze, but it's quite high up. It's not really at the level at which I'm walking. So just to give you a little run through, it has been a momentous events in the country last week. Very significant for the country. I know there's lots of weird reporting saying that no one's interested, but I would say 95% of the country has been very interested, and I get to see quite a good bit of the country on my travels. So that's a momentous sort of historical event, 1,000 years of history, and a lot of the stuff that they use in the ceremony for coronations stems from King Charles II. After his father had his head chopped off, they reinstated various orbs and things like that were used, and they've all got godly significance, religious significance, as well as heritage through royal crowning. So it's quite interesting, and there is something that I want to sort of correlate with that, and I have mentioned it before, and it's really regarding the way the families respect each other. There is a hierarchy. So as in like the royal family, there's dukes, earls, double dukes, all sorts of stuff like that, which frankly is double Dutch to me, but it has a lot of history. And I think that within the families, the Janou families, there is absolutely a hierarchy. Who can approach who? So if you're just a lowly 20-year-old or 16-year-old, you wouldn't approach somebody who is an elder or of stature. And there is a method that they have to be addressed. I think I said this, if you look back on a video called, I think it was Jackazil, and it was a way of approaching Jackazil. So there is a huge logging tractor about half a mile away, so you might hear him roaring and revving his engines. Isn't that lovely? Very fresh green. So we'll try and work around this tractor. It's a tractor and a noisy quad bike. I actually wonder if the tractor has got the trailer stuck. It's piled full of logs. They have been revving their engines all afternoon. I'm looking for things that are different around here. Don't really see any at the moment. So it's 15:45 and this is the first day of nice weather we've had, because it's been pretty shocking. It really has been just solid rain for about a week. So this is the first opportunity we've had. I'm coming up to the gifting area up here. I don't see any differences, and they usually leave baggies in this direction up here. They take this lower route this way, and that's just what I'm looking for, to see if there's any evidence of any baggies, but I'm not seeing any, not yet. I kind of like the way you get long shadows in the afternoon and the evening, like early mornings, the way the sunlight comes through. All the birds tweeting, and you can hear the tiny little babies in the nests. It's very late spring this year. It's very late. This is our gifting area. And, well, not a thing. How strange. Not a single thing lying around here. Not a single baggie. I have a feeling we're going to have a baggie trail. So this is quite, I'll show you from up here. So if I show you through here, look what a wide area that is. And I'll walk towards our gifting area, where we usually leave stuff. It's a wide, flat area where there is no tree stumps or anything to speak of. And that's our gifting area up there. Right. I think I should set up shop here. Alrighty. So here, you see these? I've got some kiwi fruit. I'm going to pop those on there. Then I've got some almonds, bag of almonds. It's just a little bag. They're all little bags of stuff, you know. And then some apricots, some soft apricots. I don't leave a lot. I know some people leave loads and loads, and I don't. I think just a small token that they can just share amongst them. So they don't expect a lot. In fact, they don't expect you to leave anything. But there we go. There's some cashew nuts. And then we've got, what are these? Some natural nutty type bars. And there are 2 of those. And then this, the peanut butter. See if I can light these without actually setting fire to my hand or my hair or whatever. Takes quite a while for them to catch. Ow. Stronger breeze blowing than I sort of thought. We've almost all got there. There we are. So, there we are. I just stick these things round about. Okay, so that's the pile of goodies. Don't think it looks bad, does it? And you can see, I just thought I would try with the kiwi. They're crystallised, so they're mainly covered in sugar, I guess. They look all right. So May. May is a month when we have a Back's birthday, and we have Sio's birthday. My birthday, haha. So, yeah, it's, I just wish to acknowledge them and say happy birthday to them in particular. I have stopped acknowledging birthdays now, where I'm concerned. I think once you reach 30, you just think, oh, 31's nothing, isn't it? So I'm just going to have a quick wander across here. I'm not going to spend too much time looking through, because I think I need to. I don't have a lot of time today. I'm really struggling actually for time. What I was thinking was that if I get another bright afternoon or evening this week, I'll come through and see if I can find a baggy trail, because they've all disappeared. They've clearly completely disappeared. The peanut butter jars have disappeared in their entirety. So I'm just going to have a brief glance through and see if there's anything through here. And I just don't see anything lying around, because usually the baggies stand out like a sore thumb. But I will have a really closer look. So really, this is just a short video this week to do some gifting, and I'm extremely busy work-wise at the moment. This is my busiest time of year, and it's sort of all go really until around about the 23rd, when I can have a little quiet break. Say break, it's just not so full on that week. But I just can't see anything of any significance lying around. It's not catching my eye, and I don't think it's going to be in the same area as it was before. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take my time make my way back and just give you some views. I don't think I need to witter on and spoil what you can see. Who knows what we'll see? Who knows? That bird song. They are quite high up, and they've got little chicks in their nests. So I do believe that all of this tree glyphs, stickery and all of that, I think we, as a group, I think we need to look at it and come up with some ideas onto what each might mean. Because we've got some really bright cookies out here, haven't we? I know some of the comments you leave in comment page, and it's very enlightening because you just sometimes I just haven't thought of that, and then you start relating it to other subjects and things, and you think, yes, these things. I'm so pleased we've got such a good wide variety of clever people using energy, feeling energy. Now, one of you mentioned about having orbs in your room and the colours and receiving healing as well. And we all know that Bigfoot, on this occasion, hasn't walked through your front door, clambered up your stairs and performed healing on you. It comes through the thought, the process of thought. And I think the orb is how they connect with you. They travel via orb. So wherever they may be sitting, it might be a few 100 metres back in your forested area and relaying the healing on you via thought. And the way it's communicated is through this orb that can visit you. And much in the same way as, that's a dead crow by the looks of that. Dead crow or a dead pigeon. Interesting that it's right beside the food, which is, see if I can show you that, just through the gap here. Mind the gap. So in the same way as spirit travels, spirits don't usually come knocking on your door and barging through you up your stairs, tapping on your bedroom door. They tend to visit using energy. So I think a lot of us, I know I have received an awful lot of healing, and I remember being told by people the energy bursts they have. I also get things called downloads, where they're giving you information. They're also opening up, shall we say, doorways in your mind that might be closed too. They might, and this is the energy and the paths that we never use. The sixth sense, it's there for a reason to use, and I think we all have it. Women probably more intuitively than men, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I think that's all part of the nurture. being usually the primary nurturer. It's difficult to say some of these things these days because referring to women as primary nurture, with all of this them, they, it, whatever stuff, and it's not meant to cause offence or anything, it's just a role that women not only have assumed but are jolly good at it. And I've no offence if people happen to be they, its, or whatever the hell they are. Frankly, I really can't be bothered with all that stuff. I really can't. But so the Zanu people, they're not looking at our physical person. They're not. They're really connecting with your mind and your higher self. It's like with going out and giving food to them. They appreciate that. They do not expect it, but they appreciate it. They also, I think they're different to us, in that we must not expect them, shall we say, to have table manners. Okay? They're going to grab it and go. And the reason why I think they do this is because their energy affects our energy. So you know how people say when they have been very, very close to a Zanu person, Bigfoot, that their presence is overwhelming. It can make you feel very emotional sometimes, but the presence is overwhelming and sometimes can make you ill because of the energy that radiates from them. And I think that's just something that needs to be borne in mind, which is why they always keep back. The other part of that also is that our energy affects them in a similar way. It makes them unwell, destabilising. Now, when we're carrying this kind of stuff, gadgetry, if you use night sights or infrared and somebody shines a bright light at your eyes, the ability for you to be able to see, having used night vision or infrared, is limited. You've then got to try and readjust your vision. And they rely on this. Not just them, but all animals. It's like dogs have an innate sense of seeing in the dark. Horses, cats. And they use that as well. Now, I actually believe, I don't know what you think on this, you know when a dog comes up to a person and it really doesn't like that person, and it does that growling at them, and it's sort of like, and that person may never have met them before, but it's just got a sense of them. There's something about them they don't like. Well, I think that dogs also can read auras. Not just dogs, but animals in general. They know who's going to hurt them, who's got it in their mind, who's going to hurt them. So that's one thing. There's also often when you're going hunting, I don't know if you've ever thought about this. Just got to clear the spiders from my face and my eyes. If you've been hunting and you have your bright orange gear on, often people will wear nice bright coloured Gore-Tex gear to keep them dry, and it may have what we call high-vis stripes down it. It may just be thin beading, but if it catches a torch or a light or a headlights, it's very, very visible. Animals see that as a different colour, and it frightens them. They're quite frightened by what we would call high vis. So what I'm thinking with that is, if it messes with their vision, often if you've seen people with high vis, like your postie or your local road workers or whomever, firemen, fireys, you often see, if they've got the very silvery reflective stuff, animals really don't like it. They really don't. And if you look at an animal's eyes, when they're looking at it, it reflects back red. Strange. So I just thought I'd run that one past you. So just got to be a little bit careful. I think animals are far more sensitive than we give them credit for. And I think if you correlate that to beings that have to be on their wits, like the Janu, they have to be on their wits. I think they have super sensitive versions of all of this stuff. We don't have that capability. And I think what a lot of the healing processes and downloads that we receive from the Janu people are, and what they do is enabling us with the stuff that is God-given to us in our bodies when we're born. If you like, flick a switch, open it, enable it. It's very uncomfortable because you've never used those parts of your brain before. So it's like a muscle you suddenly got to exercise that you've never used before. So the process can be painful and uncomfortable. But they are helping us. It's for a reason. They are helping us to see, to sense, to hear. And for those of you that say, oh, you haven't heard mind speak, but when it comes down to it, you have. You've just not recognised it. It's weird. Very weird. Well, it's home time for me. Well, not really home time. I've got a job to do now. So I will catch up with you at the end of the week, and I hope that all goes well. I hope you have a great week. I hope that you get rid of this snow. Snow in Virginia. What? You mountain folk, you need some really beautiful weather, and I'm going to send it your way. Catch. That's the sun. It's on your way. Catch it. Don't drop it. To everybody in the States, Australia, all over the world, those that pick up on this video, my friends in Canada, our friends in the Caribbean, South Africa, bye. Stay safe.